How to create your first melody for beginners. Let's get straight to the point. So I'm gonna show you guys two ways you can pick a sound for you to use. So the first way is as soon as you open up Logic Pro, you're gonna see right here, software instrument, audio, drummer, guitar or bass, or external MIDI. If you don't have anything externally or a guitar or bass, you know, that you can literally play live, then just click on software instrument right here, this option. Go to instrument, then you just click on this where it says, I have it on piano V2, yours is gonna say something else. Make sure it's always on output 1 and 2. Click on this right here, and then these are gonna be all your presets that you have already. I might have a little bit more, but if you have like the most updated version of Logic, it should be like this as well. Now, my recommendation is just go straight to Alchemy. Go straight to Alchemy, stereo, then you click on create. Then you're like, okay, what I do, if you click on your keyboard, and if you don't have a keyboard, then all you gotta do is press the P right here, the P on your keyboard, not the actual MIDI keyboard, but on your computer keyboard, and then it'll pop up right here. All the stuff you can play. You can play anything you want right here. And I'm gonna show you guys right now how to change the sound. So these, I always recommend going to Alchemy because they just have the better sounds for Logic Pro if you don't have any sounds. This is obviously just for somebody that's really just starting off. Now, another way you can upload a sound is if you go to File, New, we're not gonna save it, Close. You click on Software Instrument, it's already on Alchemy, but you could just ignore this instrument part right here and just click on Create. Then you can go ahead and click on this right here. This option right here will always be what sound you're using at the moment. So you can just go ahead, click on this, literally click like right here in the middle. Then you're gonna go ahead and click any sound you want. And the way you want to try out the sounds, you could just click on the sound, and like if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, obviously if you have a MIDI keyboard, you can just tap on any key and just start clicking sounds. Now, if you don't have a MIDI keyboard, you can go to the Windows right here, and it says Show Keyboard. So there you can, you can try using the keyboards like this. And if you don't use your main computer keyboard, all you gotta do is go back to Window, go to Show Musical Typing Keyboard, and then right here it shows you everything. You can press W, E, T, whatever you want. That sounds like a nice 808 right now. So then, some people use it like that. You got to get used to it. So the way you create your first melody is, like I said, you can just click on the P right here, click on P. And the fastest way, if you're going to play using your computer keyboard, you can just go ahead and click Window, like I said, Show Musical Typing Keyboard, and then click on this metronome button right here. It's very important that you click on this metronome button up here, because that's going to show you it's going to show you the tempo that you're in. And let's just leave it, it's always going to be at 120 BPM, and BPM just means beats per minute. So when you play something like, when you click the play button here, that's 120 beats per minute. Now you can speed it up if you want to like 130, 122, 100, and whatever you want. You can speed it up, and then it's gonna go faster, or if you want slower, it can go a lot slower. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna just leave it at 120. There's two ways you can create a melody, either by pressing stuff here or just clicking stuff in this way. This is called the piano roll. That's where you click the P, because it's called, right here you can see it, piano roll. So normally I like to just play on the keys, but you can also click in stuff either on the computer keyboard or just on the piano roll. Now let's look for a good sound. Okay, so I just chose Antarctic Sun. You can like, how you just review things, like just how you review things in your daily life. You can also just give this like a good 5-star rating, or whatever. I mean, you can give ratings to the sounds. I like to leave them highlighted yellow, whatever I like, so next time I look for the sound, it could just be easier to find it. So ignore all of this right here, all these other buttons. I can go all over this in other videos, but for today I'm just going to go over exactly how to make your first melody. So click on this top bar right here. Okay, What this does is it loops the sound that you're gonna use. So as soon as like this counts in, all right, as soon as this is done, it's just gonna go back around. You see? Now, if you want to make it shorter, you can just go with right here. We just go with 2 bars, or you can go to 4 bars. Okay, it's up to you. The bars means this right here: 1, 2, 3, 4. Every bar. Okay, that's what that is. And it shows you up here 1, 3, and 5. So you can kind of do the math. You know, right before 5, it's 4. So yeah. So if you want to create your first melody, this is the part where you can get a little bit harder, because you have to kind of be creative in this sense, because that's where the whole producer thing comes from. You know, you produce the music, you produce the beats, whatever. So, but if you don't know how to make your first melody at all, you know, you can just click on the piano roll and try to make something out of it. So you could just go like this. And the way you want to click stuff in, you want to go to the brush tool right here, click on the brush tool, and then you're able to click anywhere. Just right click, left click, anywhere here. And you could just start really experimenting with anything you want. You know, and then if you want it slower, the BPM, you could slow it down. You know, this is I'm just clicking stuff in. But you can let's try to make a melody real quick. And if you want to just loop that going back and forth, you could just go all the way right here to just 2 bars. And to erase, if you're like, oh, this sucks, I don't like the way this sounds, all you got to do is just go hover just over this little bar that you made, and then just left click again. The eraser pops up, click, and you're back to normal. Now you're like, okay, I want to record it now. I like what I made. I messed around. I want to record it now. Well, what you want to do now is you want to click this red button, which means record. And as soon as you click it, it's going to have like a 4 count. All right. You could either click on this or just press the R on your computer keyboard like this. If you want to stop it, just press the space bar, or you could just click this. And it gives you a 4 count so you can be ready. Like, let's just say, for instance, I'm going to record something. I'll click the R, 2, 3, 4. And now I recorded it, right? And if it comes out a little bit funky, you're like, why is it not like, it doesn't sound good. All you got to do is click on this, on the piano roll. You could either highlight everything and just press Q, and it'll quantize it for you. Quantize means that it'll align it for you wherever it needs to be. Sometimes it doesn't quantize it as good, but for the most part, it does a pretty good job. So now, and like I said before, if you want to erase it, you could either click on this whole green tab right here, click delete, or you can just go ahead with the brush tool and just click one at a time and, adjust things as you go. Well, hopefully this tutorial was able to help you guys somewhat. I try to be as specific and detailed as possible. I know there's a lot to learn if you're like a straight beginner, but if you really want to learn this, just stick around for this channel. I'm gonna be going over probably every single function inside Logic Pro, because I love Logic Pro. But till next time, stay blessed and stay positive.